Welcome to Vision Profiles, the podcast for dedicated Apple Vision Pro users. We explore the hardware, software, apps, and the latest news from the world of spatial computing. This week, we're diving into everything that happened after WWDC settled down, and that includes VisionOS, a new version, a beta that just came out, and also some M5 exclusive features. We've got some cool apps we're going to talk about tonight, and some other games that are very cool to play with. And we'll spend a little time talking about Snap's new Specs headset and what's the up and down of that headset. We mentioned it last week. We got a little bit more stories on it this week. So let's find out who's with us today. Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric Bolden. I work with IT, but I like playing with photography, plants, birds, panoramic sequences, and finding creative ways to share all that content.
Do you want to explain the blue bandaged hand?
It was raccoons. There were 3 of them. They were masked. I don't know anything. Yeah, I was getting finger surgery. I might have had a slight accident with the door afterwards, but mostly it seems to still be there. It didn't bleed too bad.
Did you drop your charcuterie board and that's how you screwed up your finger?
If I'd been using my Neo notebook to hold it, I would have been okay. But,
Daniel might not be in on the joke.
On a napkin.
No, he isn't.
Yeah, actually, our listeners might not be in on the joke. Eric likes to show on the Neo notebook his use of the MacBook Neo as a charcuterie board. Last night he was eating cheese on it. There he goes.
It's like the meme of using an iPad as a cutting board.
Yeah.
Oh, Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dave, let's find out about you.
You skipped Daniel, but okay. I am Dave Ginsburg, the host of the In Touch with iOS podcast, IT professional and iPhone subject matter expert. I'm continuing to discover new ways Apple Vision Pro is shaping the future of computing.
Yeah, I didn't skip Daniel. I just had him in the wrong button. So.
And I'm Daniel Burkholder, a software engineer currently interested in generative AI and AR/VR technologies.
Okay, so breaking news just happened this afternoon around 2 o'clock Eastern time for me. Sure enough, I went in to see if there were any new betas available, and the first thing I saw was that there was one on macOS. Figured there would be one for VisionOS, and sure enough, Apple seeds VisionOS. All of them. You're right. Dave, and I'm sure Dave will talk more about these on In Touch with iOS, but second developer betas are out of iOS 27 macOS. And here's one from iClarified, an article that shares that Apple seeds second betas of tvOS 27, VisionOS 27, HomePod Software 27. All of those are available. So it doesn't look, I don't know what they're going to do with the HomePod. That's maybe another story. Here are the release notes. We'll have those set up in the, for you in the show notes so you can hear more about them. Apple dropped VisionOS 27 beta today. Build number is 24M5 306i, replacing the initial beta 1 build that shipped on June 8th, right after WWDC. This is the second cycle in what will be probably a summer-long beta sequencing before the fall public release. The full beta 2 suite landed, as we mentioned, with a bunch of other devices. According to Apple Insider, Beta 2 is best characterized as shoring up release, focus on performance, stability, and making everything more robust rather than introducing major new features. It's typical for a second build. Key highlights confirmed for VisionOS 27 cycle that Beta 2 continues to refine the 3D Siri orb that you can place anywhere in your physical space and activate it by simply looking at it. Visual intelligence for VisionPro, letting Siri understand both your virtual windows and your real-world pass-through environments, and AirPods Max 2 firmware beta updates, which were blocked in Beta 1, are now supported in Beta 2. There's links to the developer updates that, like I said, will be in the show notes. And there's just not a lot of other stuff that's in here in terms of show-stopping issues with the new beta, but it is out. And do we call them developer betas, or do you just call them betas on VisionOS?
Yeah, because they don't ever release them to the public, so it's always developer only.
Yeah.
Though there might be public betas I saw in July, but I mean, yeah, for the most part.
Yep.
No, I mean, I'm talking, VisionOS, yeah.
That too.
Yeah. Right.
No, I think that might be I think I said somewhere there's going to be
really?
a public in July, but ultimately everyone who's into it is on the dev beta anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
I put it on. It's been fine today. Seems like my fans are running like crazy, and I don't mean around the house because it's freaking hot, but the VisionPro fan been running crazy. Thankfully, they did fix some stuff though. Like, I don't know if you guys were running beta 1, but like checking the battery level was inconsistent. Like I'd use it for like 2 hours and I check and I'm like, it's 100%. No, you're lying. That's not true. No way. And then it realizes it. Seems like they fixed that and fixed some other ones. I haven't tried Siri yet on it, but it wasn't working for me in beta 1. But otherwise, it seems stable. I'm getting some weirdness in Safari though, like refresh targets don't seem to click. But then I wait a moment and I do it with my left hand instead of my right, and it works. And I don't know. But
I'm having some problems just tonight as I was trying to do stuff. Being able to use my eyes to try and connect with the environment so I could turn up and down, expand and contract the environment. I was using Astronoma app and was just having trouble with it. And that happened maybe other places too. So it may be still a little buggy in situations. But it was 11 and a half gigabytes. I was looking at other apps while I was downloading it, and it seemed to download pretty quick. This is on my M5. And then usually it's sort of like, okay, we're going to, do you want us to run the, and install it? And you have that period of time where you have to keep it on your head in order to actually install it before it says, okay, now take it off your head. For me, I don't know what happened, but it was just, okay, you want to install it, go ahead and take it off your head. There was no kind of leave it on your head while it happens. I hope that is the future of installation, because I hate having to have that thing sit on my head kind of propped up against my eyes while I'm doing other things, waiting for it to continue to proceed before it says, take it off your head now. It just seemed to happen seamlessly. So maybe a fluke on my part. Maybe it's an M5 thing. I don't know, but it was nice. I could take it off and set it aside.
Did you try it on your M2?
No, I haven't loaded it on the M2, and that probably will occur tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like today I just hit update and took it off right away, and I don't know, half hour later I heard the ding and it was done.
Yeah, it was like 15 minutes for me.
Yeah. Well,
Weird.
cool. Okay. Next set of stories, and we have, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these about the unique advantages of the M5 Vision Pro. 2 unique advantages. I don't know if it's quite the unique advantage. SAI voice customization is not available in the M2 Vision Pro, nor is most advanced on device model. So when VisionOS 27 ships this fall, it'll be available on all Apple Vision Pro models. But it basically means 2 features that are exclusive to M5 Apple Vision Pro. The M5 chip unlocks the capabilities that can't be backported, raising familiar questions about the pace of the hardware software lockstep in Vision Pro ecosystem. There's nothing here about particularly that I find a deal breaker for most folks. Like, so do I want to customize the equalization of SAI on my headset? Or is it fine just having a non-customizable EQ on the headset itself? I don't know, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly nothing that I'm
Gonna go.
incentivized to upgrade for.
Yeah.
Even
I was
for
gonna
my
say,
other iOS devices, honestly. Even though this year I'm going to get a new phone because, I mean, I just have to. 12 Pro Max here. But, like,
yeah,
that's just because it's 12 Pro Max. Pretty old. I'm not going for the AI stuff. Like, if I had whatever the current one is, wow, I don't even know what the current number is.
17.
Yeah, if I had a 17, I wouldn't be hopping to, get all that. Though I'm sure that one has the additional Siri customizations and all that.
The Pro does, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Pro, yeah. So I don't know. There's nothing here. I think it's a nothing burger of an article, basically. It doesn't make me feel any better having an M5. I don't think it's going to have people go, oh, I've got an M2, now I've got to get an M5. There's nothing that separates it out. And they start to talk about it like this is a split in the universe. That suddenly we're going to start to see things that M5s can do that M2s can't do. And I don't know if that's true. So I don't know if any of you had a chance to play with Connectome. It's a $10 game. Okay. Granted, it's a $10 game. But Connectome it's an interesting process. Let me see if I can get the... no, his video doesn't show anything, but it's just an audio description of what's going on, but it doesn't actually show the app. So, and the app site doesn't give me. Let's try this. There we go. It's kind of a neat game if you haven't tried it. There is a training process at the beginning. Not a lot to it. Basically, it's like use your finger, connect the dots. It gives you like a polyhedron, and as you look at certain empty parts in the space where there is a polyhedron, it will give you a dot that you can connect and pull with your fingers to open up the rest of the polyhedron with it and fully construct whatever it is, what its intention is. It uses both hands, and it has some pretty cool, like I said, stuff that goes along with it in terms of development. for me, it took a while to get through the startup because I couldn't intuitively tell what it wanted me to do in a lot of this. So, they have another video here. We can try this. Yeah, so for our listeners, there's a video in the video version of the show, the YouTube version of the show, showing how this whole design system is connected with Connectome as the app. Kind of neat. I will tell you, I've had some problems with vertigo today, driving around and then having to stop. And it was after that I decided to play with this game. And there were some points where I was fully immersed around this that I just got a little wobbly. I'm sitting in a chair, so it's not a big problem. But I was aware of it in that way. So it's kind of cool.
It looks interesting. So I didn't have time to play today because, well, just
You were getting your fingers cut.
dissecting my hand, and it slowed me down.
Yeah. Here's another one that I think is so cool, and this is from our friend who has done Musea. It, I believe, is the same developer because as I went through, Miguel Garcia Gonzalez, who has done Musea and other really cool apps that we like. This one is called Astronoma, and it is incredible. It's free. I think there are some scenarios with it that they say paid, but when I went to them, they weren't paid. But I can't tell you how cool this is. It's 2 gigabyte download, so it's a good size download, but it's got so much in it, just like his Musea app, where he has all this information about art. He's doing this with like the universe, and he's using pictures from the latest flyby that they did with the moon. It is just so cool. And very informative in ways like that. So, and very educational. It is really cool. There are in-app purchases, it says, yeah.
They really updated that app. I think I looked at it a bit ago, and this is quite different.
Yeah, this is 3.
Nice.
This is an update. And he has, in the in-app purchases, he has options for if you want to get Sputnik 1, if you want to get Hubble Volume 1, if you want to get, but then there's a series of tips. So, I would say it's kind of nice that he made options available for people to tip on this, so they can get many of the benefits of the free stuff, and then they can drop a little money in his direction. And I recommend that in terms of this. Connectome, $10, this free, and then you add some things onto it. It's really hard to say that it's not worth, it is very much worth tipping and or buying some of the additional add-ons if you want to do that. So yeah, it is Astronoma, and it is version 3, apparently, is how it comes up. So did you take a look at this Gracia 4DGS viewer? It was something that was in our notes.
Did you look at the joint example?
No, I didn't.
awesome. That was really, really well done. It downloads it's a video, and there are two people there. One who obviously had the joint issue, and it's like, hold your hand like this and then press out against my resistance, and then they change a little bit and then try another one, and it's like, well, where's the pain and how does that feel, and then move your arm this other way and move it this other way, and going through the whole thing, you get a view of all the way around of how all that motion actually works and what it looks like, and where the resistance part is. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I unfortunately got sucked into the female singer, and I say unfortunately. And then there are connections to a website where she has video on. I actually listened to about 4 lines of one of her songs, and decided the lyrics were so stupid that I couldn't listen to anymore. So I will have to go back and look at the joint thing. Pretty much.
Yeah, if all physical therapy had examples done that way, so you could actually see everything from different angles, it would be a lot easier than the little stick diagrams or partial
Okay.
figure diagrams they use.
So give our listeners an idea what happens here. You've got this image, and this was the case with the woman singer, that I could pan around the room while she was doing her stuff. So I get am I correct in assuming that with the joint thing, that there are joint movements, and you can turn around to see from different directions how that joint moves? Is that what it is, Eric?
Yeah, so you start out watching from the side, and if that's not clear enough, you can either walk around or rotate around, and then you can see, from closer to in front or from behind, because they talk about some stuff that affects the back and, kind of different parts of the shoulder. And so you can see all of the different views. And the person doing it or walking through the steps is talking and discussing, it the whole way through, so there's an explanation. But it's being able to kind of pick your view to help you understand, because it wasn't clear from the description or diagram or whatever, that was the helpful part, because normally you get whatever view the person picks.
Yeah. And we got a message in here. Thank you. A New World is Happening is watching us and put this in the chat. Hey, all, Beta 2 fixes some Safari Siri issues from what I've heard. So, Daniel, you're having problems with that. You might look at the Beta 2 to see if it fixes it. Thanks for that tip.
I actually have more issues on Beta 2 than Beta 1. So maybe
okay.
I wasn't doing things to cause issues in the last beta, and now who knows? Beta moment, right? Like, hey, this is what we signed up for.
Yeah. That's what it's about. And let's see what else we have. Stage It is another app that we had some information on set up in terms of what you can do. Preview Scenes is working Stage It Presenter for the iPad. What you're seeing here is an immersive presentation being controlled from an iPad and viewed on an Apple Vision Pro. So that seems pretty cool. It'll be called Stage It Creator, and it'll be available in July. So you might want to look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, Dave, does that have meaning in terms of being able to do stuff from the iPad if you're trying to demonstrate things?
Oh, absolutely. If I want to be able to demonstrate things using an iPad, I mean, especially the challenges we even have to demonstrating a Vision Pro.
Yeah.
Remember last year at MaxDoc, how much trouble and struggle we all three of us had trying to get people to use the guest mode and be able to show what they're seeing on the screen, except watching the person moving their head around like this the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's another one, and this was a note that I saw about in Reddit, and it was basically saying, hey, listen, the Muse is now being incorporated into all sorts of Vision Pro apps. So you might want to return to that if you have a Muse. A new system-wide support coming to VisionOS. So it'll be a must-have for all Vision. And this is, I tested with my favorite drawing app, TouchDesk. That's incredibly smooth. It feels like using Apple Pencil. So Jeff Gamet now has a reason to purchase Vision Pro finally.
Doesn't mean he's going to do it.
No.
Where can you even get the Muse? Is it on app? Is it at Apple?
I think so.
Because
It's sitting in a box behind me, which I haven't used it
Yeah,
yet.
it's on my table behind me with my Vision Pro.
I haven't even opened it out of the box.
Because it's
I
not on
did, but I didn't
Amazon. This is crazy because I saw the drawing on there and I'm like, I want a whiteboard on the table in my Vision Pro like right now. I was actually going to live order something and I don't see it on Amazon. I'm going crazy here.
You can't find it in Apple?
I haven't checked. I was just checking now.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you check now. I was checking now too, so.
Yep. I can order it
it's there.
today and pick it up tomorrow.
Yep.
My
Apple-
wallet.
Logitech Muse.
It's MUSE, right?
Yep.
Yep.
$129.95. Apple Vision Pro compatibility.
They deliver.
I know.
They do.
Could be here in the morning.
Yeah, Apple's the only place. It's the only place it's selling it now.
Seems like it.
Okay, this one came up on Mac Rumors. Neo Moonlight Lunar Edition. Stream your PC to Vision Pro. Neo Moonlight turns your Vision Pro into the ultimate PC monitor.
Yeah, I can talk about this one a little bit. I've been using it all day
great.
today, actually. It's just another, I've mentioned many times using streaming to play games on my computer using Sunshine as the streaming client or server, and then Moonlight as the client. This is another client, and this one has some additional features that are really nice, like being able to save like different screen configurations. Also, this one has head track screen, which I haven't tried yet, but I'm like all about having head track stuff. There needs to be more apps with head tracked like screen and media. If you're walking around and want to check something, I don't need to keep resetting it into what room I walked into. This one also offers being able to share the screen with another Vision Pro to even do like co-op play, which is really neat. Like, unfortunately, I don't know anybody else with a Vision Pro. I could do that in the same place, but imagining being able to do split screen co-op and a virtual screen like that's actually a really neat idea. But yeah, so far I really like this Moonlight client. I think one of the better things about it is that it actually has a lot of instruction and guides built into it to set up to use. If you were to download just Moonlight off the App Store, you're going to download it and it's like, what do I do with this? Well, I don't know. Like, you just have to have known that, I got to go download this streaming server and then set it up and then enter this pairing pin code and put it over here. And like this one actually has like little guides in the app and works. And actually I learned there's another streaming server called Apollo, which apparently is more oriented to virtual displays, virtual displays, I guess. But yeah, really worthwhile to check out if you're already using, or even if you're not using Sunshine, or the other streaming server, Moonlight. I still say, it's a better quality product to stream, as opposed to, say, like Steam Link. It
Yeah.
just requires a little more setup, and that's kind of the trade-off, right? You spend a little more time to set up, get a little more technical, get a much better experience with more control and more features.
Yeah, well, this comes from the forums at Mac Rumors, and I was starting to begin to want to ask you a bunch of questions about it, and then I realized, hey, it's all answered in here. For example, you need a Windows or Mac gaming PC. Install Sunshine or Apollo host software on the PC. Sunshine's the most common host. Apollo is a fork optimization for virtual displays. Make sure your Vision Pro is on the same network, and then you add Neo Moonlight from the test flight link that they provide here. And then there's specific directions that follow in terms of setting up. So yeah, if you're interested in doing this from PC to Vision Pro, then you might want to look at this article in particular and look at this possibility through test flight. I don't do this often. I mean, for friends like David and other people that I'm familiar with, but this kind of came out of the blue, and I think maybe Eric, you posted this, but it was about a new podcast called Step into Vision. And from what I can read, it is more for developers, designers, filmmakers, and artists. So they're doing kind of interviews with these folks who are in that field and how they're using Vision Pro. And I remember the podcast is called Step into Vision, so all kudos to them. We're going to cover weekly news, and we're going to cover things that are going on. But if you're more interested in the developer piece, then this might be a podcast that you'd be interested in looking at. And the link is in the show notes. I remember our first couple of episodes, I tried to get a developer, or we had a few developers on. Eric, you might remember that.
Yep.
And we just couldn't sustain that. It was so new. There were not people developing as they're developing now. So I'm glad that this group has kind of taken a shift towards developers around this topic. But you'll get all the fun stuff from us.
Is the host is a developer as well?
I don't know.
So that might be a little difference.
Yeah.
But kudos to you for doing that, for just telling people. I mean, they're not necessarily competition. There's so many podcasts out there, but to have someone really focus on developers and VisionOS, it's few and far between you can find those out there. So nice find.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that came from Jim originally.
Jim Ray. Yeah, that's what I thought when you posted it, because
Yeah.
you had mentioned Jim Ray, one of our friends on Mac Voices, who is a developer and was out at WWDC, had some connection with someone who is a developer on the Vision Pro, and told him about our podcast, and then this came our way from them. So kudos to them. Here's a thing that came up, Eric. I think it might have been you. Real estate is one of the most underrated use cases for the Vision Pro.
Yep.
Here's a cinematic spot. I believe we did some stuff on this last time, but it says it was posted 5 days ago. So, and this shot on a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, 6K Pro. How can you call something a Pocket Cinema camera if it shoots 6K?
Get those big Jinko jean pockets to fit it in there,
I think there's some Pocket 8K cameras now.
The The build and finish is in Blender, which doesn't surprise. After Effects for rotoscoping. Beeble AI, DaVinci Resolve Studio 2.0 or 20 for edit and color, and Seed Dance. So this is a new way to show off real estate. That's part of the news there.
It's impressive. It's a neat video to watch.
Yeah. It feels a little Minority Report-ish in the sense of they're walking through and that's not a bad thing. It's the idea that things, as you walk through space, things fill in that space. This article is for those who are interested in Moon Player, Screenlit, and Cinema Ultra. It's not an article per se, it's a discussion on the VisionPro Reddit subreddit. And what's the best app for local video streaming and playing that also supports 3D, etc.? I'd also like to be able to access my Plex media, and if I could convert those videos into 3D, that would be a huge bonus. And I want Pixies to give me money. No, I'm only kidding on that one. The person does seem like they want a lot out of this request. But there's some discussion about Cine Ultra and some comparison with other ones in this. So if you're interested in those kinds of platforms and media platforms, this would be a good link for folks to listen to.
There were also some comments about using Infuse, which doesn't do 3D, but it does manage all of the other video stuff pretty well. A lot of people like it, and kind of a universal dislike of the Plex app.
Yeah, Plex. Yeah, I was gonna actually make the same comment. Infuse good. Also, yeah, Plex big doo doo. Unless you love paying $700 for some Pro Pass that who knows what you're even paying for. Doesn't matter. Either way, bad app. But yeah, I was gonna second Infuse, especially also too. I don't know about like Moon Player, Screenlit, or Cine Ultra. But also if you're like an Apple TV user, like cool, you get to share that purchase too.
Yeah.
And seamless configuration. So I only set up my Jellyfin server once, and because everything's all iCloud synced, it's like, oh, it was on the Vision Pro, it's on my Apple TV, and my iPad. It's like, brilliant. I love it. Great. Infuse is really great. I mean, it's been great, but yeah.
Okay, I'll own up to this because I know David knows about this. I've had a Plex account for a long time and have not figured out how to use it the way it could be used. And that's my stupid, because I also have an NAS behind me and I need to set it up on there. But then when I tried, etc., I had all of the Pierrots, Agatha Christie Pierrots, ripped in on there. Now I can't find them. So, and you can't buy the whole package and stream it. You can only get a subscription to Acorn TV, and that's how you get them.
What are they called? Agatha Christie. What is it called?
Agatha Pierrot. Hercule Pierrot. What are you talking about?
Poirot, I think.
Hey, yeah, right.
It's a great show.
Yeah. So anyways, I've got the server. I went ahead and purchased Lifetime before it went up July 1st because it was going to go up, as you said, Daniel, to $750. So I do have Lifetime access. I just have to have somebody that's smarter than me help me figure out what to do with it, particularly on my NAS.
Let's talk.
Yeah, we'll do that. Speaking of video, this is dated as an old article, but I thought it was pretty cool.
This guy's been doing it for Apple Mac user groups for years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Jeff Richardson. And this again has a publication date of February 25th, 2025, but then it says last update May 21st, 2026. And basically, this is all of Apple's immersive video content for the Apple Vision Pro, and it's been updated. So things that we remember like ice dive, parkour, deep water solo, hill climb, music, and the different things that are available with music, wildlife, orangutans. I love the orangutans. That's my favorite. I got to go back and watch that. And then different sports, boundless, elevated, concert for one.
And upcoming.
And upcoming? Where'd you see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
right below where you just were.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Other journey to Antarctica to find emperor penguins. Just look where the empresses are, and then you'll find the emperors with them. Chulimaba documentary from Foria featuring lush Daintree rainforest, North Tropical Queensland, Australia, scheduled for October 25, but 2025 is not out yet. An Experience Paris, which we've kind of hinted at. So cool link. I'm probably going to have to store that somewhere so I know where it is, but it will be in the show notes. And good to see that we have some full archives or descriptions of where this stuff is. So, okay. I've lost track here. We have too many articles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 articles on the Snap specs. And this is an Apple Insider article. It frames the comparisons of the two as fundamentally different philosophies. Apple wants you to step into a virtual world. Snap wants you to stay in the real one. Vision Pro is a spatial computing. Snap specs are AR overlays you wear like regular glasses. Of course, we don't know what they are yet. And then you have another article by T3, argues that Snap specs quietly addresses one of Vision Pro's thorniest problems, social acceptance and everyday wearability. Has anybody who wrote this article look at these things?
And not the marketing pictures. You have to look at real people with the glasses on, not perfectly straight on, but from a slight angle. Yeah.
God, I can't remember the actor. It reminds me of the actor in Ocean's 11, who is the Ocean's 11, 12, and 13, who Elliot Gould, who always wears like the gaudiest big frame glasses, but he just doesn't seem to care. That's what these look like. Tech Republic covers Snap specs, pricing and availability, providing context for how Snap is positioning against Apple's premium SKU. This essentially is a set of glasses that's coming from the people who did Snapchat. And they've extended themselves. They've done previous ones, Daniel, have they?
Yeah, I think the Snap Spectacles, it was more akin to like a Meta glasses, not a lot going on. I don't think it had screens or anything in there. But
yeah, and I don't see this as any of the specs or projections don't talk about screens. They assume they're going to be screens.
Oh no, it has screens. It has full pass-through screens. So I'm such a weird mixed position on these. Well, when I first saw them, I was initially like, "Oh wow, cool," but do I really expect Snap to like be able to cultivate a software ecosystem? Okay, and that point still stands. And then I watched some more videos and got a little more in depth, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm kind of hyped for these because how I'm looking at them is they've encapsulated all of the augmented reality Vision Pro features and function, but in glasses. It's like, okay, very cool, because like at least me who doesn't like do immersive things as much, like very appealing to me. Um, and I don't care as much about VR-ish things. I like the option, right? The Vision Pro, it can do both. So I can go full, full immersion or full, or not. Um, so I've kind of, I'm like, okay, I actually kind of want to get these for when like I'm maybe out and I don't want big face goggle to then, be a little socially awkward around in public. Even though, yes, I'm still going to look like a humongous dork. At least I won't like feel like I have a black hole void, on my face that, people don't know what's going on or what I'm looking at. And I think, it's priced in my mind actually fair for if it delivers on what I say, and it's all the Vision Pro function without the VR. So if it delivers on that, actually, like I think it's priced pretty fair. But yeah, it just still is not helped by how they look great in the product photos, and then you see it on Evan Spiegel's face, and it's like, who smudged your glasses all over the place? They look huge, like in I mean, they're all gonna look huge, to be fair. So I can get beyond that because I guess I'll go around with the Vision Pro on my face, so fine.
Google Glass did not look huge. They just look too weird. And
you get a little dingle dangle hanging off your face.
Yeah,
like,
I
what's
know,
that
yeah, the little prism, that you could get all the information. We'll see what happens with glasses. Why don't you just take the $2,200, Daniel, and invest it, and glasses will come out in like a year and a half.
Yeah, that's kind of how I convinced myself out of wanting it, because ultimately it'd be like a side grade for me, right? It's like, okay, for the few times that I'm out and I'm going to use my Vision Pro and want that function, like, do I want to spend that much just to have like just the slimmer version of that for now?
Yeah.
Nah. But I do think
you're not even sure the ecosystem will give you what you want in terms of apps.
Yeah, though I think my requirements in that regard are relatively low. I could plug in, I can do virtual display over DisplayPort with a little magnetic clip, which was actually really cool. Apple, take notes. But yeah, I mean, like, I think that is the question. It's like, what's the long term of it? Because like, you can trust an Apple product to be more long term than a Snap product in this regard. And that's not saying it's bad. It's just they have history, they have a legacy in that regard, and the pockets to maintain it. But I do think in many respects we have a preview of an Apple Vision Glass product that has screens. I don't think the first one is going to have screens, but when it gets to the point that they can have screens, I think we just got a preview of it.
You don't think the first glass will have screens or some type of overlay?
Yeah, like maybe meta. If it has screens, I think it'd be meta display level, and then it's just going to be kind of like I've been saying, Apple Watch on face, and that's fine. If that's their first, that's cool. But then like the more immersive, like spatial, like I don't think you'd call Apple Watch on face spatial computing, and I think Apple would not use that word in that case. Or I mean, maybe they will, but yeah, I don't think it's the same. The real spatial computer one would be like full screens, like the specs.
So I can see David's already trying to figure out how to save money for this new product.
Yeah, right. No way.
So you can add this to your Snapchat social media.
I don't even have a Snapchat account. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I kind of jumped out of that environment with all the problems with data consumption or data use, giving them my data. And I was never really interested in what somebody ate for lunch. So, it was just not, I never got into the picture kind of way of social media with it.
I'm chronically online, but I'm not chronically online like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's run through some patently Apple patents over the last week or so that have been released. I'm going to run through them. If you all have any comments, that's fine and good. But this one is Apple wins a patent for next-gen motorized facial comfort interface system for future VisionPro. And interesting, talks about spherical joints and sliding slots. And then ways some demos that explain the patent. So that's one. Then this one is Future Vision Pro could fine-tune eye and face relief with sensor guided positioning and built in to be able to make those fine adjustments. And again, some Apple patent explainer information on how to do this. New Apple patent focuses on future adaptive glance-aware displays for advanced eyewear. We've kind of talked about this, and that it's really kind of the cameras are paying attention to where you're looking in your environment, and that gives them more information in terms of what to get in focus, the foveated sort of way of looking at it.
Yeah, it's supposed to reduce battery power too.
Oh, okay. Because it's not spending battery power on areas where you're not looking.
Yeah.
And then this is another one about optical tracking and the detail for more accurate wearable displays, including AR glasses. So again, using optical tracking, and another patent explainer. So yeah, I mean, if you really want to get into these kind of things, the links will be in the show notes, and you can come into these and kind of just look at the patent explainer, which they seem to have added in as kind of a new function for this that explains the different things that this patent covers in more of a user-friendly way than those stick diagrams that they used to have that you just kind of had to do interpretation on. And then Meta patent points to gesture-controlled cars through smart glasses and wristwear. Are gesture-controlled cars a good idea? I had to just throw this in there. I mean, it's...
As long as it's not your car.
Yeah, I kind of want to be like Magneto. When cars are coming at me, I can take them and fly them off in different directions.
Okay, but you know how some cars they have on the fob, you can like pull the car out like if it's in a narrow parking spot. So I can't wait to just be like, yeah, come on, come here, come here, little car.
Come to daddy. And we are running to the end of what we have to cover. There's an article here based off of what we had shared with accessibility. And this is comes from Northwestern. Northwestern Tech helps power Apple Vision Pro wheelchair control feature. So although we've heard about this before, this is coming from sort of Northwestern's way the people who are doing the work to describe how this works. Of course, they have all their funding support in it because you need to do that. So that might be worth a look at if you're interested in.
This is Northwestern University, I'm assuming, in Evanston.
Yeah. Northwestern in Evanston.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, this is another Pixie Garden. This is another Mark Drummond from Encounter Dinosaurs in Apple Vision Pro to Pixie Garden on the iPhone. And he has a good profile in terms of developing Encounter Dinosaurs. I'm sure most people who have a Vision Pro have played in that. Is now building Pixie Gardens for the iPhone, an app that sends virtual characters as messages between OS devices. The pivot illustrates a recurring theme in the Vision Pro developer ecosystem, building spatial skills on Vision Pro, then applying them across Apple's wider platform. So yeah, we'll have to see when Pixie Garden. It's a new free app, so it's there. Hey. Free design for the iPad, not verified for macOS. But it's listed. It also is iPhone, iPad, and iMessage. So y'all might want to take a look at Pixie Garden, and I'll make sure that link is in there if you want to play around with something on your phone while you still can. That kind of does it for the episode tonight. We went a good hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, surprisingly a lot of news. When I did the searches this morning to kind of pull these things out, and then we got hit with the beta 2 update with that. So there's some fun stuff. We had a listener last week ask about Primo Immersive. Remember Primo Immersive? It's that bluegrass band, single sort of thing. It was really impressive. I went back and looked at it again today because I was trying to follow up to see. And I noticed something in Reddit because someone mentioned that and said, hey, not only do we have a listener mention it in chat last time, but then I'm going around and looking at different stuff, and in Reddit, there's someone who commented on whatever happened to Primo Immersive. They put out this really good session set, which was great to watch, and then nothing. And someone commented that the developer of that in January said that they have plans for and we've got another comment on it. A new world is happening. Oh yeah, Primo is great. The comment that I saw was someone who had reflected on the developer, and the developer said, we have more things planned, but we've run into some obstacles. But once we get through the obstacles, we'll have more. Because I remember when that first came out, it was like, yeah, I'd pay for that. I'd pay $5 for another thing. I'd pay $5 for another thing, because it was so well done and the storytelling was so good with it too. So right now they're kind of in a holding pattern from at least what Reddit reports, and hopefully we'll see more material from them in Primo Immersive. So that's all I got for tonight. Let's roll around the group and find out where we can find you. Dave, let's start with you. Where can we find you?
You can find me at InTouchWithIOS at InTouchWithIOS.com, YouTube channel, YouTube.com/InTouchWithIOS. I'm on the following shows. That is the Neo Notebook on Sundays, here on Vision Profiles on Mondays, Tuesdays on Mac Voices Live, Thursdays we record In Touch with iOS. Fridays we're on the Tech Hangout, a brand new show. So I'm just coming up with this episode 3 this week. And you can find me on Mastodon and Blue Sky at DaveG65.
All right, Eric, where can we find you?
Am I here? Really? I can be found on Mastodon at eabolden at mas.to. Sunday nights in the Neo Notebook. Mondays, of course, here on Vision Profiles. Tuesdays at Mac Voices Live. Thursdays on In Touch with iOS.
You know, Eric, by making that side comment, you ruined a perfectly clean cut. Daniel, where can we find you?
You can find me here every other week or so. Otherwise, on socials, I'm on Blue Sky at IO Expander.
And for me, a bunch of shows. Go to the podtalk.net. Sunday nights with Dave and Eric on the Neo Notebook. Mondays here on Vision Profiles. Both of those shows, 9 p.m. Eastern Time live stream. Tuesday with Mac Voices. Dave and Eric are on there. And Chuck Joyner's show. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern Time live streamed. Thursday on Dave's show, In Touch with iOS. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Time live stream with Eric. And both of those shows have really quite a good panel. And both Chuck's and Dave's show have like different kind of directions from industry to kind of more specific things that are coming out with iOS and with other sorts of services. And then just a really fun new chat show, the Tech Hangout, which is at 11 a.m. live streamed Eastern Time, because we've got people smattered all around the world for that show. Check it out Friday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, the Tech Hangout. If you go to the podtalk.net, you'll find links to all of those shows, plus other shows that I'm involved in, including 15-Minute Bites, Fade to Chat, Tech Savvy Professor, AI Productivity Workflow, Gear Up and Go, and Old Mac Gang. So take a look at the podtalk.net. So that wraps another week of Vision Pro and what's going on in the Vision Pro universe. Thanks for spending time with us on Vision Profiles. This is where you can find out about spatial computing and what's new, and particularly things that have come out during the week and maybe some cool apps to check out. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, leave a review, or share this episode with another Vision Pro owner who's trying to keep up and keep pace with everything that's happening in VisionOS. Again, catch us every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, youtube.com/@VisionProfiles, where you can grab the audio and the video wherever you listen to or watch video casts. Until next week, keep your Vision Pro charged and your spatial curiosity sharp.